It's Northern Roulette. Here comes the 3-horse. It's Precious Hilda. Owned, trained, and driven by Brad Moore. Number 3, Precious Hilda. 4 is 3 Gems. Owned and trained by Chris Hayes of Otterville, driven this afternoon by Mike Horner. 3 Gems. 5 is Better's Instinct. Natasha Day up for Richard Griffiths of Thorndale. Better's Instinct. Number 6, Do You Like Me Now? Owned by Clifton Hobbs, West Montrose, Earl McLeod of Kitchener. He's the trainer. Jonathan Lapointe in the bike. Do You Like Me Now? Rounding out the field, there's number 7, Spare Time Ziva. Owned by Thomas Bain, South Woodsley, Nathan Bain of Woodsley, Karen Matthew of Bell River. Thomas Bain trains, and Scott Ray is in the bike. Spare Time Ziva. 6 race field, they'll go 1 mile for $4,400. Race 6 is sponsored by Devereux Murray Law. Devereux Murray. Moments away from the start of race number 6. The horses and drivers are approaching the gate. They'll line up from the inside out. Casimir Ruler and Ryan Holiday. Northern Roulette, Tyler Moore. Precious Hilda, Brad Moore. 3 Gems, and Michael Horner in the middle of the racetrack. Better's Instinct, Natasha Day. Do You Like Me Now, Jonathan Lapointe. And on the outside, it's Spare Time Ziva and Scott Ray. Sixth race field now in the hands of the starter. It's post time. This field is now in motion, and here they come. And away they go! Precious Hilda leads quickly along the inside. Casimir Ruler, 3 Gems, puts in some steps to the back of the pack now and will trail as they roll around that first turn. Casimir Ruler in front. It's Precious Hilda who tucks into the 2-hole in front of Better's Instinct. Third best, a length more back to Do You Like Me Now, who sees it from 4th. Northern Roulette is racing in 5th. Spare Time Ziva 6th. The trailer back pacing with a lot of work to do. 3 Gems. They head to the quarter-mile station. Ryan Holiday and Casimir Ruler in control. They lead by 2 lengths over Precious Hilda. They reach that station in 30 and 4. Racing third along the inside, it's Better's Instinct. Do You Like Me Now sees it from 4th. 5 more lengths back to Northern Roulette. To the outside goes Spare Time Ziva. The trailer, 3 Gems. No change in position. They're going to come by the grandstand for the first time. A comfortable tempo for Ryan Holiday and Casimir Ruler. They show the way, lead by a length over Precious Hilda. Precious Hilda still pocket sitting second. Racing third, that is Better's Instinct. 4th up and at 'em. Here comes Do You Like Me Now with a rush. Taking the toe, it's Spare Time Ziva. Out of the pocket, up to challenge the leader. Here comes Precious Hilda. Saving ground on the inside now, that is Better's Instinct. They head to the 3/4 mile station. Your leader is still Casimir Ruler. Precious Hilda, the challenger, 3/4 of a length back. Taking over third on the outside, that is Do You Like Me Now. Do You Like Me Now trying to catch that front duo. They reach 3/4 in 1:33 and 2. Oh, off stride, a little tumble in the backfield goes Precious Hilda. It is Casimir Ruler in control here. Taking over second will be Better's Instinct. Spare Time Ziva, the third best. Little miscue in the backfield there. 157, it appears. Race number 6. Hold all tickets until the race is official. Hold all tickets, folks. The inquiry sign has been posted. Judge. Horses and drivers are coming onto the track now for race number 7. Here is your field. Number 1, Jiminy Top, owned by Thomas Bain of South Woodsley. Scott Ray will drive Jiminy Top. Number 2, Better Be Said, is owned by Donald Schuldis of Brussels, trained by Patrick Bissett, driven by Robert Doyle. Better Be Said. There's your 3-horse, Good News Writer, owned by Rebecca Williamson of Blythe, trained by Robert Dare, driven this afternoon by Natasha Day. Good News Writer. 4 is Poppy Pumphrey. Ryan Holiday up for Harry Perrow of Clinton, Dan Murphy of Godrich, and trainer Jim Watt. Poppy Pumphrey. Number 5, Shanghai Noodle, owned by Catherine McClure of Clinton, trained by George McClure, driven this afternoon by Dustin McClure. Shanghai Noodle. 6 is Power Fun, owned, trained, and driven by Jonathan Lapointe of Waterdown. Number 6, Power Fun. Rounding out your field, there's your 7-horse, Mark Your Page, owned by Linda Richardson of Thorndale, trained by Bud Sinclair, driven this afternoon by Tyler Moore. Number 5, Mark Your Page. Field of 7, they go 1 mile for $3,500. This race is sponsored by Vista Villa Genetics. Thanks to all our starting gate calls the horses. They're moving in behind the gate from the inside out. Jiminy Top and Scott Ray. Better Be Said, Robert Doyle. Good News Writer, Natasha Day. Poppy Pumphrey and Ryan Holiday. Shanghai Noodle, Dustin McClure. Power Fun, Jonathan Lapointe, and Mark Your Page and Tyler Moore. The horses are now in the hands of the starter. It's post time. This field is now in motion, and here they come. They're off and pacing. Poppy Pumphrey, Mark Your Page, leaving well from the outside. Jiminy Top, the fastest away down along the cones. It is Jiminy Top emerging with the lead. They're 3 wide around that first turn. Good News Writer looks for the 2-hole tuck. Still advancing, Mark Your Page and Tyler Moore pressing on, trying to take the lead. Settling back into 4th position, that is Poppy Pumphrey. Also moving early is Power Fun. We got some early action here in race number 7 as Jiminy Top is keeping Mark Your Page parked out there as they roll around that first turn. The early trailers, Better Be Said, Shanghai Noodle. Opening quarter was 30 seconds flat. On the outside, Mark Your Page. On the inside, Jiminy Top. Those two duking it out here as they head to the half. Mark Your Page unable to clear to this point. Jiminy Top keeping that one at bay. Gapped in the pocket is Good News Writer. Now advancing on the outside is Power Fun. 5th in is Poppy Pumphrey as they roll by the opening half. The leader since the word go, Jiminy Top, 59-4 to that station. Mark Your Page going the long mile. 3 wide around that one is Power Fun. Trying to make up ground along the inside with a little work to do here is Good News Writer. Poppy Pumphrey has nowhere to go right now. And from the back of the bus, stick handling through traffic is Shanghai Noodle. But they've all giving chase to Jiminy Top. That one's opened up 3 lengths on the field here after 3 quarters. They reach that station 1:30 and 4. Jiminy Top, the leader, shows by 3 lengths. Good News Rider is second. Late pace coming from Shanghai Noodle in the middle of the raceway. Poppy Pomfrey shakes loose, but they're all giving chase to Jiminy Top. It's Jiminy Top in race number 7. Good News Rider second best. Poppy Pomfrey was third. Race number 7 goes to Jiminy Top. $870, $553. Good News Rider, $1860, $740. For Poppy Pomfrey, $490. The horses and drivers are coming on to the track for the 8th race. We've less than 2 minutes to post time. Field of 6, going 1 mile here for $3,000. Here they are. Number 1, Sandy's Candy, owned by Kimberly McNiven of Putnam, trained by Scott McNiven, driven by Natasha Day. Sandy's Candy. Number 2, Gonna Rock and Roll. Scott Ray picks up the drive on 2, Gonna Rock and Roll for Kimberly McNiven. Kimberly Mahan, Jay Kenton McKean of Owen Sound, and trainer Gary Mahan. Gonna Rock and Roll. Number 3 is 3, Pink Bows, owned by Shelley Kerr, Jane Kerr of Goderich, trained by Dennis Kerr, driven by Dustin McClure. 3, Pink Bows. Number 4, I'm Driven, owned by Stephen Charlton of Dundas, Kathleen Charlton of Oysterbed Bridge, trained and driven by Stephen Charlton. I'm Driven. Number 5, How's My Driving? Robert Doyle up for Nancy Knockwood, Paul Walter of London. How's My Driving? Rounding out your field, there's the 6th horse, Trick Shooter, owned by Tamara Vanderweel of Carlisle, trained by Kyle Boston, driven this afternoon by Andre Goyce. Trick Shooter. Field of 6, they're going 1 mile for $3,000. This is the BP Dust Control Pace. Race 8 sponsored by BP Dust Control. Once again, thanks to all our sponsors. Post time for the 2nd race, 1 minute away. For the 8th race, 1 minute away. Just about time to roll here, folks. The 8th race field are tiptoeing towards the gate. They'll line up from the inside out. Sandy's Candy, Natasha Day, Gonna Rock and Roll, Scott Ray, 3 Pink Bows, Dustin McClure, I'm Driven, Steve Charlton, How's My Driving, Robert Doyle, and Trick Shooter, Andre Goy. They're all on the gate for race number 8. It's post time. 8th race field now in motion. Here they come. And away they go. It's gonna rock and roll, leaving quickly on the inside. From the outside, Trick Shooter gets underway. Those two will duke it out for the early lead. Trick Shooter up on the outside. On the run he goes. Trick Shooter has gone off stride. Gonna Rock and Roll strong on the front end now, leads by 1.5 lengths. Inheriting the pocket is 3 Pink Bows. Not content with the tempo, 3 Pink Bows up and at it. Gonna challenge Gonna Rock and Roll for the lead. We got a bit of a speed duel here in the early going. 4 more links back to Sandy's Candy, who sees it in 3rd. 3 more back to I'm Driven along the inside. How's My Driving back pacing after that miscue Trick Shooter, the trailer. The opening quarter, 29-1. This field beginning to gap somewhat here. It is 3 Pink Bows and Dustin McClure in command. They've opened up 4 lengths on Gonna Rock and Roll. Third best is Sandy's Candy. Then we've got I'm Driven. Finally shaking loose. How's My Drivin' out of fifth? Up and at it, the trailer is Trick Shooter. On the front end after an opening half in 57-2. It is Three Pink Bows in a hurry here in race number 8 for Dustin McClure. 5 more links, make it 6 back to Gonna Rock and Roll. Sandy's Candy is the third best. Then we've got I'm Driven, How's My Drivin', Trick Shooter. It's a mile from first to worst here as they roll by the 3/4 mile station. Three Pink Bows gets there in 1:27-2. Boom! They're flying here in the 8th race at Clinton. It is Three Pink Bows. Sandy's Candy will give some chase on the far outside, but Three Pink Bows rocking and rolling to the finish here for Dustin McClure. Sandy's Candy is second. Gonna Rock and Roll third. 3-1-2 in race number 8. The horses and the drivers are coming onto the track for the 9th race. Less than 2 minutes to post time. Here be your field. Number 1 is Stonebridge Scout, owned by Gladys McCarty of London, trained by Andy Hardy. Scott Ray will drive Stonebridge Scout. 2 is Monster in Law, owned by Don Beatson of Granton, Ken Beatson of Palgrave, Sandra Ralph Pitt of Cargill. Don Beatson trains and Ken Beatson drives Monster in Law. 3 is Cullen Keefe N, owned and trained by Samuel Taylor of Lucan and driven this afternoon by Lorne House. Cullen Keefe N. 4, Ginger. Robert Doyle up for Donald Sholdis of Brussels and trainer Patrick Bissett. Ginger, the 4-horse. Number 5, Democracy, owned by Brian and Michelle Jerome of Ottawa, Bud Sinclair of Stratford. He's the trainer. Tyler Moore is the driver. Democracy. And now coming onto the racetrack, the 6-horse Boat Wrecker, owned and trained by Fred McGuire of Ailsa Craig. Natasha Day picks up the drive on number 6, Boat Wrecker. It is a field of 6 going 1 mile here for $5,000. Our 9th race this afternoon is sponsored by Terra Nova Paving. We're back at it a week from today, folks. Post time for the first race next Sunday is 1:30 p.m. Line for race number 9. It's post time. Field of 6, turn into the lane. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Cullen Keefe in with a rush, drives out and grabs the early lead. Shooting through along the inside, that is Stonebridge Scout. Also away quickly, Democracy is up and at it from post 5, looking for the 2-hole tuck. Racing in 4th position, that is Monster in Law. Then we're back to Ginger. The early trailer is Boat Wrecker as they settle into position here and head to the quarter mile. It's Cullen Keefe in, Lorne House on the loose. They are leading by a length. Tucked into second, Democracy, Tyler Moore. Third in is Stonebridge Scout. Then we've got Monster-in-Law, gap of 4 or 5 lengths back to Ginger after an opening quarter of 29-1. The trailer is still Boat Wrecker. 6 in a line, and they're pacing in time. They'll come by us for the first time. Cullen Keefen on the engine here. Shows by a length, racing in second. That is Democracy. Third in is Stonebridge Scout. That one's thinking of heading to the outside as Boat Wrecker gets rolling from the back of the bus. Saving ground on the inside, Monster-in-Law, the new trailer, Ginger. They roll by the half-mile station. They're chasing Cullen Keefen. They reach that point in 1:03. 31-2, a leisurely second split for Cullen Keefen. Company coming now on the outside. Scott Ray has Stonebridge Scout getting into it. Along the inside, that is Democracy. Racing in fourth, Boat Wrecker. The pace quickens here. Then we've got Monster-in-Law. The trailer now is Ginger. They're still chasing Cullen Keefen. 3 wide action as Boat Wrecker starts to roll. Along the inside, it is Democracy. They're once around the track and they're halfway back. 1:31-4. Cullen Keefen shows the way. Now taking over second is Stonebridge Scout up on the outside. Here comes Boat Wrecker late, but they're not going to catch Cullen Keefen. Wire to wire like a house on fire. It's Cullen Keefen in race number 9. $3-1 exactor, $7 even, and your triactor, 316 the numbers. Horses and drivers, raceway bound here for the finale. They go 1 mile for $3,600. Here's the field. One is Thrift Shop, owned and trained by John Holding of Kitchener, driven this afternoon by Tyler Moore. Thrift Shop. Number 2, Twin B, JJ. Lorne House picks up the drive for Stacy Newman and Faith Meigans of Cambridge. Paul Meigans trains Twin B, JJ. Number 3, Smockety Frocks, owned, trained, and driven by Gord McKnight of London. Smockety Frocks. Number 4 is Goldie's Bad Girl, owned by Alan Kipfer of Newton, trained by Benoit Lamarche, driven this afternoon by Scott Ray. Goldie's Bad Girl. Number 5 is Winning Matrimony, owned by John Bell of Petrolia. Benoit Lamarche is the trainer. Jonathan Lapointe is in the bike. Winning Matrimony. Number 6 is Queen of Hearts, owned and trained by Patrick Bissett of Goderich, driven this afternoon by Robert Doyle. Queen of Hearts. 7, I've Got My Eye on You is owned and trained by Ryan Stewart of Lucan, driven by Natasha Day. I've Got My Eye on You. And rounding out your field, number 8, Lizzie Borden, owned by Brenda Rankin of Dundas, Ralph Jardine of Arthur. Jennifer Rankin trains Andre Goyce in the bike. Lizzie Borden. Full field of 8 for the finale. They go 1 mile for $3,600. Race number 10 has been sponsored by Maureen Wildfong Remax Reliable Realty. Great to have so many wonderful sponsors with us this afternoon. We thank you for your support of Clinton Raceway and our races here. Less than a minute to post time. Moving in behind the gate from the inside out, Thrift Shop and Tyler Moore. Twin B, JJ, Lorne House, Smockety Frocks, and Gord McKnight, Goldie's Bad Girl, and Scotty Ray. Winning Matrimony, Jonathan Lapointe. Queen of Hearts, Robert Doyle. I've Got My Eye on You, Natasha Day. And Lizzie Borden and Andre Goyes from the second tier. The horses are now in the hands of the starter. Here they come. And away they go, 6 across the track, leaving everybody wants a piece of the early lead. It's Twin B, JJ, Smockety Frocks. They're the first duo out to the front. Smockety Frocks driving up on the outside, but repelled now by Twin B, JJ. That one will take the point as they head down the backside for the first time. Thrift Shop sees it from third, racing in fourth. That is Goldie's Bad Girl. Fifth best, Winning Matrimony. Then we've got Queen of Hearts. The trailer is I've Got My Eye on You. 8 in a line here chasing Twin B, JJ. The leader by a length over Smockety Frocks. They reach that opening quarter in 29 and 2. Racing in third, it is Thrift Shop. That one is flushed out here. Trying to find a path to the outside is Goldie's Bad Girl. Lizzie Borden gets underway. That one is fifth best, 3 wide. We've got Winning Matrimony, Queen of Hearts, I've Got My Eye on You. They're bunching up at the front end here, trying to chase down Twin B, JJ. Twin B, JJ still in front, leads by a length. They reach the half in 59 and 2. Pocket sitting, Smockety Frocks, in between horses, Thrift Shop. 3 wide action early for Lizzie Borden. Looking for room in the middle of the raceway. That is Goldie's Bad Girl. He wants a seam. 4 wide from the back of the bus. Here comes Winning Matrimony. Your leader is still Twin B, JJ. Giving chase on the outside, Thrift Shop along the inside, Smockety Frocks. They're once around the track and they're halfway back in 130 flat. Still Twin B, JJ. Thrift Shop is getting to that one. Desperate for racing room, Smockety Frocks. Looking to the outside, Goldie's Bad Girl, but Twin B, JJ. Not to be denied, it's Twin B, JJ in race number 10. Tight for place and show. Mile time. 2 Twin B, JJ, 680, 350, 353, Smockety Frocks, 670.